Well, welcome back, everybody. Let's take a break with Steven, Mr. Stephen Shamus.
What do you got on your shirt today, Alex?
This is there's a store in Long Island City, Queens called Everyone Comics and Collectibles. Everybody should go look because I have a hand in making it, and it's wonderful.
Oh, okay. That's a nice shirt.
Yeah.
EC2. Very clever.
Yeah.
Very clever catchphase you got there. All
That's
right,
it.
cool. All right. What are we talking about today, Alex?
We're back to the Millar world, but we're also going to sneak into the Matt Kent stuff because Matt Kent, a la Mark Millar, is getting a lot of his properties are getting picked up very quickly to make it to TV shows and movies.
Got it. So what's on the agenda for today?
Yeah, so we're gonna talk Nightclub. We're gonna talk Prodigy, not the band, unfortunately. Rest in peace. We're going to talk Space Bandits. And then the last one is Bang by Matt Kent, which I'm excited. I like that book.
That song Firestarter was a great song.
It's huge. It's huge.
There were two songs, Firestarter, and what was the other one? They had two massive hits.
I feel like I can hear it, but I don't remember it.
Okay, got it.
I'll play it. Yeah, very club music. Very club music. Let's talk about Nightclub. Speaking of music and dancing. There you go. Perfect.
I'm going to look up Prodigy songs right now, by the way.
Yeah, of course.
It's going to bother me. Go ahead. You talk about Nightclub while I look up Prodigy. Go ahead.
Yeah, Nightclub, I like this. This is a good idea. And all Mark Millar stuff is not like, you're not going to sit and be like, whoa, that's mind-blowing. But it's like there's tropes, and it's just different enough where you're like, oh, that's a neat take on stuff. So Nightclub's about these kids who get bitten by vampires and turn into vampires. But instead of doing vampire stuff or, becoming like these crazy creatures of the night, they actually get masked and become superheroes. So they use their vampire powers to be superheroes. So it's a very interesting story of again, the tropes of vampires and kind of turning it on its head a little bit.
Sounds like Morbius, no?
A little bit like Morbius. Yeah. A little bit Morbius. This is more of a gang.
Got it. Instead of a singular?
Correct.
Got it. Okay. So again, it's supposed to be on Netflix. Nightclub, number one on Ramirez cover, December of 2022. 3 9.8. That's about a $6 to $10 raw book. There's the Ramirez black and white variant cover B, only 198, $6 to $10 raw. There's the Greg Capullo purple variant cover C, 398. It's about a $5 to $10 raw book. Excuse me. Then there's the Ramirez Spawn variant cover. Interesting. D, 3 9.8. That's $8 to $12 raw. Then there's the Bjorn Berens variant cover.
Yep.
7 9/8. That's about a $20 to $25 raw book. The Mike Choi Final Order Comics edition. I don't know if you know Final Order Comics. There's only one signature series, 9/8 in the pop, so it's $15 raw direct. Then there's the Final Order Virgin Edition. There's 22 9.8. So I guess a signature series 9/8. So I guess Mike did a signing there. It's 25 direct for a set of 2. The only way to get the Virgin is in the set. And then there's the Ramirez Orange logo second print, February of 2023. There's 2 9/8. That's a $3 to $5 raw book. All right. By the way, next book, I have the song. Okay.
Prodigy.
Smack My B Up.
Yes, that's a huge one. How did we forget that?
Huge song. I just did it. But now that I say it, you know the song.
Yeah. As soon as you said smack, I was like, oh, yeah. I definitely remember this.
I don't know if we could say the other word. I don't know that anyone's going to kick us off YouTube.
We make sure that this is not meant for kids, but yeah, let's just keep it for the audio's sake.
That and Firestarter.
Yes. Those are huge.
1997, Alex, 26 years. Wow.
Wow.
Hard to believe.
That's
Okay.
nuts.
All right. What is Prodigy about? If not the band.
It's not the band. I would love a comic book based on the band. Prodigy, again, another fun, easy plot summary. Edison Crane is the world's smartest man and most successful businessman. So like think Jeff Bezos, but like smarter. Like has a Nobel Peace Prize, is an Olympic athlete, everything. And then all these governments are asking him and pleading him to help them solve all these problems, and then he's just snaps. He's done with it all. So it's kind of this like story of like the smartest man in the world, the richest man in the world, who's just constantly getting bugged, and like what he does and how he takes on governments and countries. So very interesting.
Got it. Okay. So Prodigy #1. This is Raphael Albuquerque again cover and art. December of 2018. There's 99.8 at $60. There's the Albuquerque sketch variant B, 9.8. It's about a $50 9.8. The Raphael Albuquerque Part 1. So there's a triptych cover, which is C, D, and E. So C is 3.98, D is 4.98, E is 3.98. All three of those are cover price. There's a Frank Quietly variant cover F, 7.98. That's about a $50 9.8 book. Then there's the blank cover, which is 2.98. Is cover price. Then there's the Albuquerque Virgin variant cover H, 11.98. That's about a $25 raw book. Then there's the Alan Qua Netflix Big Time Collectibles edition, 5 9.8s. It's about a $90 9.8. It's $15 raw. You could still get them from Big Time Collectibles. Those are limited to 500. And then also limited to 500 is the Eric Henson Surprise Comics edition, 1 9.8. It's about a $15 raw book, and that you could buy direct. So that's an interesting. Yeah. All right. Alex's pick of the week. What do you got for us this time?
I want to talk Ghostbusters, but not your Ghostbusters, sir. So you definitely remember because you were alive, but like in the 90s, especially like the mid to late 90s, a lot of properties that, older properties did this kind of like the new kids, the next season, the next generation, extreme, beyond. Like they always did whatever the original was, and they added something to like spice it up, and they would bring new characters and stuff like that. Star Trek Next Generation, I think, is probably the largest example of that, where it's the old property, new characters, bring it on. Ghostbusters had this in the cartoon world. There was Ghostbusters, the real Ghostbusters cartoon, which was humongous, toy franchise cartoons, huge. And then they tried to redo it with in like the late 90s was Ghostbusters Extreme, which completely died. There was one season, they did toys, and they really pushed it, but nobody seemed to care about it.
For some reason, I don't remember that. I gotta look
exactly.
That up.
Yeah, it was very, very short-lived. The animation was the same animation studio that did like the Godzilla cartoon around that time. But one of these things that was just panned by the fans, and it wasn't liked at all. But they did make a toy line, and the toy line, was out, and it's one of those things that was like, it was in KB Toys for full price, and then it got knocked down, and then it was marked down, and then all of a sudden you could get these things like cases of for nothing. But now they're becoming hard to find. The Ghostbusters fans are Ghostbusters fans. They love it. So
by the way,
this is a collection.
You're gonna laugh. Do you know who the voice actors were in that show?
No.
Billy West played Slimer.
Big voice.
Okay. Reno Romano, that I don't know who that one is, but that's Eduardo Rivera.
Yep.
Tara Strong was Kylie Griffin.
Huge, yeah.
Alfonso Ribeiro.
Wow.
Roland Jackson. Jason Marsden was Garrett Miller. Maurice LaMarche was Egon.
Right.
And then then Pat Music is Janine. So other than Pat Music, no offense to Pat and Reno, the other ones are pretty well-known voice actors. Huge
voice actors, those are those guys that you see at shows that have like 1,000 credits.
And they are very, very popular. And I mean, I guess Reno Romano he is known for his work as Batman in Spider-Man and Spider-Man Unlimited, Spider-Man 2.
Oh,
He's actually
He's
had
got
a
some
pretty
credits
good
too.
career.
Yeah.
And maybe he just doesn't do the show circuit.
Yeah.
And then Pat Music, let me see this.
What a great name. Pat Music.
Yeah. Yeah. Is an American voice actress who provided video games as Toonie to yeah, she's got a lot of credits too. Scooby-Doo. She wasn't actually Scooby-Doo, but she was in Scooby-Doo. The Tick.
Love the Tick.
Darkwing Duck. Disney's House of Gummy
all kinds of stuff.
She's actually had a good career too. Also, I don't think she does the circuit, which is why we probably haven't heard from. But the other ones we've see every weekend.
Yeah, exactly. And that's just, it's just weird. This like weird piece of this pop culture puzzle that people just really don't know about. And once they start figuring it out and seeing it, like they want the stuff, and the stuff's not easy to find.
Yeah, let me see. I'm gonna look up real fast, Alex, while I got you here.
Yeah, and there wasn't many toys. I mean, you're talking about the Ecto one, which is neat. That's about $200 depending, and then the figures between 20 and 30.
Yeah, some of these sell for real money. By the way, somebody has a sealed case from 1997 from Trendmasters.
Yeah.
6 figures, $550.
Yeah, not bad. And the shipper, it comes with the shipper. Those are extremely hard to find.
How did somebody keep this thing for 26 years?
I wish I worked in a toy store and then just would buy cases of things. Like
KB was the place. KB and Toys R Us was the place to be.
That was it, man. We
longer.
don't have those anymore. They're gone. Targets and Walmarts. That's it.
I know.
Took them out.
I know. All right, what's next, Alex?
Yeah, let's talk Space Bandits.
Yeah, what is? I feel like it's a cross between like Time Bandits and Space Invaders or something.
Not at all, but close. So there's these two felons. They're thieves. They're in space. They have like, they're pirates essentially. They have a ship. They go to other ships. They steal all this stuff and escape. And they're like the most wanted, thieves in the galaxy, etc. But what happens one time is their crews betray them, and they escape with their lives, and then now the only thing on their mind is revenge. So you have these two most wanted bandits that the whole galaxy is looking for, while they're also trying to find their ships and their crews and get revenge on them. So very hot, very fast-paced space pirate. Best way to space pirates. That's it. That's the best way to explain it. I got nothing else.
Got it. Okay. So again, it's Matteo Scalera, another guy he likes to collaborate with.
Love it.
Space Bandits #1, Matteo Scalera cover, July of 2019, 5 9.8s, about an $80 book. The black and white Matteo cover B, 4 9.8s at $6 to $10 raw. The Howard Chaykin Legends variant cover C, 6 9.8s, $10 to $15 raw. It's limited to 3,000. The Brian Hitch variant cover D, there's no pop, so it's $5 to $7 raw. Sarah Pichelli variant cover E, 4 9.8s. It's about a $60 book, $8 to $10 raw. Then the blank variant cover F, no pop, $8 to $10 raw. And then one of the best artists of this generation, I wish he could have turned out more stuff than he did. Travis Charest variant cover G, 1 9.8, $8 to $12 raw. It's funny where he pops up from time to time, right? And what he's worked on. He could have been one of the all-time greats, Alex, if he produced more consistently. Right?
Being late or only being able to do covers sometimes really can mess you up.
Yeah. He his work is remarkable.
Yeah,
remarkable.
Absolutely.
Okay, what are we closing with tonight, Alex?
All right, we're out of the Miller world. We're into the Kint world. We're going to talk Bang from Dark Horse.
Yeah, I think this is also a property that was optioned. I think it was Amazon. What's going on what is Bang about?
So Bang is going to be a movie. I think it's Netflix, but you might have moved to Amazon.
I thought it was. I'll check. I'll check while you're talking. Go ahead.
Yeah. So Bang's about a secret agent. We talked about those a couple times. He's like the greatest secret agent, but he's also like a James Bond, but he's kind of a dickhead. Like he's not like a nice guy. Like James Bond was kind of a jerk. So this spy is a jerk. He's asked to go kill a novelist. When he goes to kill the novelist, he realizes that this novelist has been writing spy thrillers and the spy thrillers are exactly what this man's life has been lived, like down to the details. So when this guy writes something, this novelist writes something, the actual real life spy is actually doing it. So it's kind of this like catch, like who came first, you know, the spy or the novelist, and why? How does the novelist know these intimate details? So it's kind of like this like weird kind of like mess with your mind story about, you know, a spy and him figuring out his life might be due to some writer.
Got it. So you're correct. It is Netflix.
Got it.
And it's supposed to star Idris Elba.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
So I was wrong.
That'll be awesome.
Yes. Well, he's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
I just started watching the new Apple series with him, Hijack. It's freaking
nice.
awesome.
I haven't finished Luther. I need to finish that last season of Luther. Love Luther.
So Bang Ashcan edition, December of 2019. There's no number. There's 26 9.8s. It's an $80 book. Matt Kint story, Wilfredo Torres cover and art. Bang number 1, Wilfredo Torres cover A. February of 2020. There's 50 9.8s. I couldn't find any 9.8, so they're $12 to $15 raw. Yeah, Matt Kint variant cover B, 44 9.8s. That's about a $50 book. Sketch edition, Zero Pop. I couldn't find them anywhere. Couldn't find the sketch covers anywhere. They're the blank ones, but I still couldn't find them. Then there's the Dennis Cowan second print, interestingly enough, 11 9.8s.
Love Dennis.
It's $15 to $20 raw. And then there's the David Rubin third print, came out in March of 2020, 4 9.8s, $10 to $15 raw. All right. Well,
nice. Easy stuff.
You. Yeah, so we thank you for joining us today. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the field below. Otherwise, we'll see you all next week. Same bad time.
Same bad channel.